The Inn. As the summer sun faded into twilight, Jacob stepped out of his car and onto the rough gravel path leading to the grand entrance of the Willow Inn. The creaking old bed and breakfast stood proudly against the darkening sky, its once resplendent facade now a patchwork of faded paint and ivy. Jacob was drawn to the place, not as a visitor, but as a seeker of truth. He had heard whispers of the inn's troubled past, stories of restless spirits and haunting visions. They were just stories, he told himself. He was just a man looking for something that would prove the supernatural wasn't just a figment of the imagination. Pushing open the heavy wooden door, he was greeted by the musty scent of aged wood mingling with fresh paint and furniture polish. The recent remodel was evident, but could not quite mask the lingering darkness embedded in the building's bones. A chill coursed through the air, and a flicker of unease crept up his spine as he stepped inside. Antique chandeliers hung like frozen suns, glimmering as the light of his camera roamed over their facets. He could almost hear a soft, whispering echo through the silence, voices of the inn calling to him. Jacob had come equipped with his camera and a small digital recorder, confident he would gather evidence to prove his theories with solid evidence and possibly put a restless spirit to rest while he was at it. He had read all about the tragedies that had unfolded here, an isolated room fire that claimed an entire family, a daughter who vanished into the surrounding woods one sunny and seemingly innocent afternoon, never to be seen again. He could feel the weight of those painful histories pressing against him as he wandered through the inn's ornate corridors, past doors that seemed to breathe softly with each gust of wind. In the dead of night, he found himself alone in room 7, a space adorned with vintage decor that twinkled in the low light. The air shifted, thickening with an indescribable tension. Jacob set up his camera on the dresser, his hands trembling slightly as he activated the recorder. "If any spirits are here, I invite you to make your presence known," he said, his voice wavering with a false bravado. Almost immediately, the temperature dropped around him. A swirling mist began to form at the foot of the bed. Jacob's heart raced as the shape coalesced into a faint figure, an ethereal woman with hollow eyes and expression twisted in anguish. She opened her mouth, but no sound emerged, only another rush of cold air that filled the room. Sudden flashes of red lights erupted on his camera monitor, signaling that something was intensely present. Jacob's rational mind screamed for him to run, but he stood entranced as more figures swirled into the scene. Children with wide eyes, their mouths distorted in silent screams, and an older man with a wearied face watching, pleading for release. "Why are you here?" Jacob managed to whisper, the question hanging heavy in the air. The entities shifted closer, their empty expressions locking onto him, filling the room with sorrow. The specter of the woman pointed toward the window, the figures around them melting away as if erased by unseen hands. Jacob approached the glass cautiously, dread pooling in his stomach. From the corner of his eye, he spotted remnants of a charred wooden frame on the old oak tree outside, and the ground seemed to pulse beneath the weight of their memories. He stumbled back, realization coursing through him. These spirits had not come to haunt him. They needed to share their binding sorrow with all who dared to enter, and he was now intertwined with their tragic eternity of suffering souls. The Willow Inn was no longer just a building. It was a secret tomb, and he was the unwitting guardian of its torment, the last visitor before their agony would repeat anew.